Hello, I am your host, Judy Jewett at Real Business Breakthrough TV show. I want to thank you very much for being a part of the show. We have an exciting guest you get to hear today. We're going to be on for 15 to 20 minutes. Hopefully, we'll entertain you because our guest today is definitely an entertainer. I just want to tell you a little bit about what I do. I am a wealth frequency builder. That is my latest way of describing that I help you to come in and look at your business, what you're doing. I read frequency, vibration. I tell you what's going on with your business. I talk about the whole thing on an energetic level. So if you want to know more about that, feel free to reach out to me. I am the founder of R.E.A.L breakthrough, and that is R.E.A.L stands for release, embrace, align, and let go. It is originally release what doesn't serve you, embrace your authentic self, align your head and heart, and live the life of your dream. With that, let's begin with our beautiful, wonderful guest that I have known probably 5 years, 6 years, well, I'm sure 6 years at least, if not seven. And we have Jeanne Z. Now, I am going to challenge myself to say her last name, and it is Zierhoffer. Zierhoffer. Did I say it right? Close to it. Did I? With that, Jeanne, welcome to Real Business Breakthroughs. How are you today?
I am fabulous and I'm very excited and honored to be here with you, Judy. You are the frequency queen, just like I am the implementation queen.
That is true. That is true. You do so many things. We were talking before we went live. It's like, how do you're a nurturer and an action person. And I'm amazed of how you can multitask with so many things that you love. You're the person there for your family, whether it's your children, your husband, or your father, your siblings. Like you're in Florida, you're here, you're there, just helping to make everybody's life brighter. How do you do that? How do you balance all that?
That's an amazing question and one that I'm asked quite frequently. I don't know if anybody's ever watched the Olympics and seen the people on the balance beam and watched them walk across the balance beam and do flips and dips and everything that they do. And that's how my life goes. And I am able to balance my family and coming back and forth to Florida from Charlotte, North Carolina, to support my dad, who is 92 years old, as well as when I'm back, help babysit and care for my grandbaby. And for me, it's when I really focus on putting God, family, country, and then work, and I weave them in the best that I can. I align with my authentic self, and I also have no regrets.
That is beautiful. That is really, really beautiful. I want to share a little bit more about you. Just in case people do not know you, they need to find, you make sure you give them the information to find you and not even find you to contact you. So Jeanne has often been called the implementation queen. She just explained to you how she does it. With her work with organizations, successful business owners, she's able to break down the task and guide people with implementing success strategies, all while integrating new learnings with integrity and intentional immersion of information. So, with that, let her explain a little bit more how she does it. I do want to also make a note for all the listeners that she is also a connector with 30 plus years of communication and sales expertise. She's a licensed and certified trainer and coach in biology. She's an NLP master practitioner and a certified NLP coach. And she teaches others to be on their own, to be their own shining light and take a stand as an advocate, as an for her elderly mother-in-law whom have both suffered from Alzheimer's disease, and her dad as a veteran who serves our country. So let's go back to asking our wonderful guest today. Um, People, we live in such a world that we have to multitask. There's always so much we have to do on our plate. And I'm listening to you, it's like, oh my gosh, if I had to do all the things you did, I'm not for sure I could do it all. I don't know if it's a Gemini, or ADD. If I could really be able to do all that, seriously.
Absolutely, you could. It's a choice. It's a choice. And I really have to look at choosing wisely, choosing my time wisely, like spending time with you. Love spending time with you. So this is choosing time wisely. What I like to do is make sure that I am at service first. So I am giving to our communities to make sure I'm at service first. The rest of it just comes from just putting myself out there. And the more I help, the more that comes back to me, and then the more people we can help. Because I believe that it's a ripple effect. Each one teach one, each one reach one, teach one is one of the mottos. So I learned something, I do it, and then I teach others how to do it. And we call that learn, do, teach. And the ripple effect of that is if I reach one person, the ripple effect is about 360,000. And you'll hear Tony Robbins talks about that as well. Our ability to have a huge ripple and impact in the world. So what I'm really famous for is being the implementation queen. I am out in a marketplace where a lot of people are lifelong learners and they take a lot of educational, personal, professional development and growth. And it's fantastic and they love it. And then they go, what the heck do I do with it? And they put it up on a shelf and then they do it, take another one and they put it up on the shelf and then they take another one and they do put it up on the shelf. And I see this time and time again. And I went, what would that look like if you actually took what you learned and implemented it into your personal and professional life? And I started teaching people how to take their past learnings, whether it is an educational investment that you had in yourself, or whether it was something back in high school or college. How can we take that success or that strategy and put it into your life today to get that return on investment? So my agreement, because I believe in agreements, my agreement with myself is I will not invest in another educational, personal, professional until I've implemented at least 3 to 5 of the last training that I took. And I have invested over about $120,000 over the last 8 years into my personal and professional growth. It adds more value to more people. And that's how I roll.
I love how you look at that, and you gotta understand. I want the listeners, the viewers, to understand that it's not just you implementing you because you're a master at NLP language, right? And you're a master at reading body language. You're a master at the different personalities, and you can help write. So you could take a person, who has all these learnings on their shelves of all the things that they did, and being what you are, your gift is to be able to help them shine. So when they shine, the world sees them.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
honestly, I hear what you're saying, but that's honestly what you're doing to help people. We all
Yeah.
need you, Jeannie.
Yeah, and I run my life and my business. So the tools I use in my personal life and in my business. So I call it running on 8 cylinders. Running on 8 cylinders. I run on personality values, which is 4, and then what we call representational systems. People that say things like I look at you and see there are certain representational, they're visual, right? Or people that say, I hear what you're saying, they're auditory. Or I feel you, they're kinesthetic. Or the people that need to see that big picture. And the same thing is for your values. There's the system people, there's the woo people that are like, yeah, let's just do it. Let's hum spaghetti against the wall. Then there's the nurturers that just want to support everyone. And then there's the knowledge that wants all that data and that research before saying, yes, I'll work with you. Yes. So it's 8 cylinders. And I run my personal life and my professional life on 8 cylinders.
Wow. What time do you get up in the morning, by the way?
Between 6 and 6:15. And having rituals is so important.
Yes, it is so important. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yes. Oh.
Too much energy?
I'm going to pause this for a minute. Keep talking about the ritual, please. It's really good.
So, rituals. You get up at a certain time. And I get up at about 6, 6:15. I don't beat myself up. 6:30, no problem. Okay, because it's my time. And the only person that's judging me is me. Because you don't know that I slept 10 minutes late, right? And having that ritual of A is already set up and it aligns with it. So it's a little crazy, right? And then I do about 15 minutes of just grounding and meditation, just silence and quieting my mind. And I will tell you, that was crazy when I first started. I had monkey chatter and things flying at me and my thoughts and quieting my mind. And when I just take 15 minutes to sit in silence, really great ideas come. And it just makes me feel way more grounded and way more like I can conquer the world, especially when I have a lot of moving parts going on. So having those rituals of just stopping and staying silent, it's only 15 minutes. And I do it at night as well before I go to bed just to get that calm and that peace. And I go
That's
over the
great.
day. I go over the day at night. I go over the day of 3 celebrations. 3 celebrations. Yep.
I think that that's really important, and I don't do that. And you're bringing that up because what happens? I go to bed like, well, I didn't get this done. I didn't get this done. Oh my God, I'm wasting time. Or maybe I spent too much time on me time, and I didn't get my calls made. I didn't do da 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 da. And you're so right. If you do it in gratitude and appreciation, it sets you up for your next day. That is wonderful. Really, really great.
Yeah. One of the strategies I teach is setting up a board of what's got to get done, what you want to get done, what can wait, and the things that you have to do daily. So I do 1 through 4. And I celebrate. I made a phone call today, if I made that important phone call, right? And I will celebrate things that other people may go, is that really a celebration? Sure, it is. It's what I got for today, right? And if I focus on celebrating instead of shoulding on myself, I get way better the next day, way better the next day, way better the next day. So celebrate your wins.
Celebrate your wins. Yeah, I absolutely. And then you're like your energy's lighter. You have so much confidence, Jeannie. I am just so proud of you, of all that you've done and all that you give back. It's just beautiful. Let me ask you this. Do you in your um branding, because you brand people and you help them show up in a beautiful way. Can you do like a session in an hour with someone and put together, if they gave you these things that they did, could you sit with your NLP knowledge and your other personality information that you have, could you put together a paragraph for that person or a two paragraph thing for them to say about themselves? Could you do it in an hour?
I could absolutely do it in approximately an hour, depending on, and it's not branding. Okay.
Okay.
It's not branding because that's really a specialty and a special art.
Okay. You're right.
So
You're
what
right.
I could do is I would be able to have a conversation with them, figure out who their avatar is, who they want to speak to, and make sure they show up in a way that will be a magnet for attracting those people.
Oh,
So
I like that.
I could do it in approximately an hour. It all depends on how they come to me and what they have
Prepared.
together.
And so you offer this as a paid service for people.
I do, but I do a 15-minute consultation to see if it's a good fit. And you know what? Some people really got it down and they don't need me, but let's take a look. And other people do. And it just depends. And if people got it all together, kudos. Sometimes I just have to give them a word or two to change to make it more powerful.
I love that. I really, really love that. Okay, I have an idea for our next show. I'd like to see you in action and use me as a guinea pig and see, so people can see what you can do and create for them. And I people need to really use your services. You're phenomenal.
Yeah, well, together our services are pretty cool
Yeah,
because
that is
you
true.
really bring in the one area and I bring in the strategic and the steps.
Yeah, that is true. We should do something together.
Yes.
Yeah, we really should. Absolutely. That would be wonderful. Okay, with that, it is time for our show to go because I promised the viewers it would be 15 to 20 minutes. So when I say it's time to go, it's time to end this wonderful show that I could sit and talk with you all day. So with that, please let the listeners know how they can get a hold of you, and I will make sure that I put that in the chat also.
Fabulous. The best way to get a hold of me is if you see my name written here, Jeanne Zierhoffer, take out the NAKB that shows up everywhere. That's my personality type. And Jeanne Zierhoffer, I am the only Jeanne Zierhoffer in the United States of America. So I'm
Wow.
pretty easy to
Well, we're gonna
find.
have to know how to spell that name and say it, but I do know how to spell it. I
LinkedIn is the
practice.
best. Yeah, LinkedIn is the best place to find me. That
Yeah.
is where I'm at. And just send me a message.
All right. Thank you very much. I just really honor you, and I want to thank all the viewers and listeners for being a part of today's episode. Please share this, and let's spread the love to a lot more people.
Thank you, Judy.
Thank you.